Hey guys, this is Jimmy from The Last Lap, and in today's video it's going to be a lot different actually. Today I'm going to be showing you a behind the scenes look of what an IMSA race weekend looks like. Huge shout out to Brian Herta Autosport and Katie from that team to be able to get me some credentials to be able to go behind the scenes and show you guys what it's like. I'm going to be shouting her around, doing some PR stuff, so you guys are going to come along for the ride with me. And I'm going to be at VIR, Virginia International Raceway, and I'm going to be showing you guys about all the different series and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and get to the track. So this is the entrance to the track. It almost gives me Road America vibes. Trees over here, and there's a bridge, and the cars go right under it. And we're about to go over it. Hopefully we can see some cars go by. So this is my first time doing anything IMSA related. I've never been to an IMSA race, never been to VIR. Yesterday I actually came up here for practice and qualifying and all of that. Today is all the races, so I'll show you guys a lot more of the practice and qualifying stuff. The prototypes I think are out right now, so I'll show you guys some of that in just a few minutes. So this is kind of like the garage area, I guess, for all the different series. This is all available just with general admission, I believe, and you can just walk up to the trailers. You see some Mazdas in there. So it's pretty cool that all this is pretty wide open and accessible to the fans. So I pretty much just showed you guys all of the main spots of VIR, and that was just the first practice session of the day. The prototypes, the Mazdas, they're about to do qualifying, and a bunch of other series are going to do practice and qualifying as well. This behind me, the Hyundais, that'll be where I'm hanging out today for the most part. They race, I believe, at like 4:40 this afternoon. So until then, not too much to do. I actually am going to go ride in some type of car. I got a wristband for some type of experience thing, so that'll be fun. Maybe I'll be able to record that. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this so far, and stay tuned for a lot more action here from VIR. Here's another part of the garage area. You got some Lamborghinis right here, and then over here you got, I believe this is the GT class. They're in the garage area over here like that. Garages go all the way down over there. I like the barn aesthetic. I believe these are the WeatherTech cars, just kind of lined up right here. It's pretty cool that the cars are just lined up before they go out for practice or qualifying. And would you look at this? This right here is a Rick Ware racing car right here. Hopefully they can do a little bit better than their Cup program. I don't know how good their IMSA program is, but hopefully they can put on a good show for the IMSA team. Just to give some perspective, this is the garage area. There's some cars over there, and then the rest of them are all at their trailers, which are all of these, all the way down to there. And so the pits in the garage area, very busy today. A lot of fans walking around as well, which you'd love to see. So this is something new I've never seen before. They're doing something with the tires on a conveyor belt. I've never seen that before. Obviously, IMSA does Michelin instead of Goodyear, so it's pretty cool that this is accessible to the fans to see whatever they're doing here with these tires.
The Rolex switch
This is what the inside of a hauler looks like. It's my first time being inside one. It's pretty cool. There's a driver. They're out there in the blue hat. So one of the many things I've learned about IMSA racing compared to NASCAR is that what these teams have is what they have. So this team has 4 cars over here and then 2 cars further down. But they don't have backup cars. Apparently earlier this year they crashed a car and they had to use one from last year until they could get a new one. So these cars right here is what they have, so they got to be careful and practice qualifying, all that, not to tear them up too bad. There's a lot of scratches and dings on them from previous races, so just another cool thing I've learned about IMSA this weekend so far.
Mason's been with the Hyundai program since 2019. He's won lots of these TCR races. He's had 3 poles this year, I think. And you might have just followed him on the tail of the Dragon Drive and his Elantra N with Mark. Anyway, if you have some questions, Mason's a good one to ask.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Thanks for coming out today. I love this place. I know it's super hot. Do you guys have any questions about the car or anything, about the track or something like that?
What if we could show your...
Yeah, no, it's a blast.
Let's talk about your steering wheel. I don't know if you guys can see inside here.
Oh, yeah. So, it's like hard to see in there, but like that's something really cool about the Elantra N TCR car compared to the Veloster TCR car. We have a few extra buttons on there, so we can adjust everything from our pedal map to our steering map and our brake mapping and everything like that. And it helps out a ton in like wet conditions. For example, yesterday we had a damp qualifying, so you might change that pedal map to be a little bit smoother on there. For the steering, like we have more assist or less assist. And I like to run mine pretty low on assist, but it's something you can play with, right? You get tired, or like say there's some big walkouts in places like 17 or anything like that. You can kind of dial in a little bit more assist in that electric motor, and so it's pretty cool. But
You also have a pit lane speed limiter on there.
Pit lane speed. We have a drink button if we shoot water into our mouths, and then we have a launch button, which we don't use in this series, but it's for steady starts. We have a few other things on there, alarm, page numbers, and we also have blinkers. And so I raced against Mark Wilkins. I don't know if you guys saw him doing driver change practice in 2018. And the funny thing about the blinkers is we always talk about it. I passed him and I hit my blinker, and he had to follow me for like 30 minutes. Here's my blinker. He's like, it was driving me insane. So something we can use to signal other people or just maybe distract them. So,
What are your predictions for today?
I think we're gonna go win. Yeah.
Well, of course, but I mean, do you think it's gonna be a wild ride?
Half and half. Like I think that I hope some rain comes, because sometimes there's like no rain in the forecast, and you look at the clouds, you're like, it's humid, maybe it'll rain. So that's pretty awesome.
So Mason qualified 3rd for the race today.
Yeah.
So he'll drive the first minimum of 40 minutes, potentially a lot longer, and then his teammate Tyler Maxwell will jump in.
We have a question for you.
Yeah.
Front wheel drive car, when it rains, how does that change the dynamic being a front wheel versus more traditional design?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So we really set up our cars to drive dynamically like a rear wheel drive car. It's just all about how you put the power down. So like for us, you know, when you put the power down front wheel drive car in the rain, you might understeer a lot more than if you did, say, in a rear wheel drive car, we're going to oversteer. And so, but if you're just kind of hucking into the corner, we still set our cars up very loose. And so in the rain, we try to not minimize that, but not go so far to where you can't really catch it, because it takes a lot to get the rear tires warm in this. And I feel like that's kind of one of the biggest challenges in the wet for these cars.
Another cool thing about this specific team, Brian Hurt Autosport, is that this is actually Robert Wicken's car. The name's right there on the window. He was an IndyCar driver, and he got paralyzed in 2018, and this is his first season back racing in general. And they picked him up here at this team, and he's racing full time, and he's in a wheelchair and disabled and everything. So it's really cool that this team is able to accept him and allow him to continue his racing career even though he's paralyzed. So they have adjustments on the steering wheel where he controls the throttle and brakes that way and all of that crazy stuff. So really cool to see him back racing again. I didn't know who he was, but really cool story, and glad that I can be here to witness it. Here's a quick inside look at the cars. They got the kind of IndyCar kind of style steering wheel there. They also have paddle shifters instead of normal shifters. There's pedals and everything else. Cars are getting pushed out and making their way to the grid. Should be racing fairly soon. There's like a fan walk thing. But yeah, getting ready to go racing pretty soon here. Another cool thing about IMSA, you get to walk on the grid on pit road before the race without any type of pass or anything. So very cool to see all these cars on the grid before we go racing. Here's our first one right here, number 98.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
And let's go, we're racing. These are the two current points leaders right now, driving the number 1 car. They only have a few point lead, so if they get a good finish over the Alfa Romeo back there, they'll be able to extend the points lead going into Road Atlanta next week. So hopefully they can have a good run today and extend that points lead. Right there, NASCAR on NBC reporter. Here doing some reporting stuff for IMSA today. It's pretty cool to see him here. Went back green. We have a car in the lead. It's that one right there. Should be any minute now. Should be the white flag. It's gonna be close. White flag is out. We have cars in first and second place right now. There he is in the lead, right there. And battle for second. Now right there is Taylor. She's the co-driver for the leader right now. She's the only woman to win in one of these races.
Deer, they love you. Deer love you. Yes. Thanks, dog. Ah. Thank you. I know.
This is Joey Ham. He won the other series race. That big Mustang right there. So we'll see a NASCAR driver get the win in a different series.
Taylor Hagler and Michael Lewis presenting the trophies for the TCR class. Please welcome to the stage Miss Virginia 2022, Kaylee Horvath. Hold those trophies nice and high.
I am back at the hotel now, and as you guys could tell by the previous video, we ended up getting the win and finishing second. We got a podium 1-2 finish with Brian Hurdle Autosport in the GT Pilot Michelin Challenge. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed that video as a behind the scenes tour, and to go out on top and get a win out of it too, to show you guys all that stuff. Well, it was a lot of fun to be a part of. Huge thank you to Katie and everybody over at Brian Hurdle Autosport for making it possible and for me to be able to come out there and shout out them for the weekend and all of that fun stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. But until next time, we will see you guys in the next one.